unless you're playing really well and you're on the 17th hole and you hit your shot into the woods, then there's some reason to get angry. Once in a while you can throw a club. Have you ever thrown a club, Tommy?
He hit his shot, and the minute the club contacted the ball, the head of the golf club came off.
I was so unaware of how they really did things for the pros. I thought, I can't wait to get some of those great practice balls with the red stripes around them.
Welcome back to a really special episode of Links for Life. This is a first time of Links for Life that we're actually doing a somewhat live episode. We're actually recording it, but we're going to be recording a lot of people live straight from the Federal Club in Glen Allen, I guess.
Hanover, Glen Allen.
Hanover,
yes.
Virginia.
Yes. For
the Holt Golf Classic. And what we're going to do is we're just going to have a lot of fun with all sorts of people telling about their special, best golf moments and things they've learned. And just to make this the best, I've got my great friend, Pete Bowell, to join me. And Pete knows how to bring out the best in everybody.
Oh, I don't know about that, Tommy, but keep going.
Pete and I we've crossed so many times. You've been on my podcast, Space for Life,
yes.
And now you're going to be on the podcast Links for Life.
Yes.
So we're going to have just a fun conversation about our special moments and special experiences. And this Holt Golf Classic is incredible.
Yes.
It is one of the best golf tournaments that I participate in, which is really kind of unusual, I have to admit, for a church golf tournament. The competition, the place we play, the fun, the experience, the money raised for people, for incredible causes, is just the best. And it's all just right in sync with Links for Life, the intersection of golf, growth, and God. So
yes.
This is a perfect opportunity, and Links for Life is the podcast sponsor of the Holt Golf Classic. So we're just going to have a fun conversation. Pete, thanks for helping me out with this episode, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun together.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I've been as excited to do something for a long time. This really feels fun today, and you're right. It's a great golf tournament for people.
Yeah,
and it's pretty competitive, actually. I mean, we got teams out there that have got some ringers coming in. They want to win this thing.
I don't know anything about ringers.
Yeah, right, Tommy. And it also means that you're a very gracious host because you're a pretty good golfer. I have been relegating to putting today to help some teams, get a better score. Doesn't go against them if I miss the putt, but if I make it, they can count it for their team win. So I'm excited about that as well. So I've been around Hope, the church that has sponsored this golf tournament for a long time, and it goes towards bringing young people, students, to camp, to both high school camp and also summer camps, as well as winter weekends. And it's just a great tournament because there's the next generation we're caring about. Yeah. How do we help the next generation, find faith and community that they so need out there in a lonely world?
Well, it's great because, it is amazing the money raised in this golf tournament for that purpose.
Yes.
And yet at the same time, this is a golf tournament that sells out like a few days after registration opens. This is something that everybody really looks forward to, which again is a little bit unusual for a church golf tournament. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I know you would be out there playing golf if it weren't for an injury.
Yes.
So you're going to be the putting guru for the teams, huh?
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope I can be helpful.
Yeah. So we're going to have a fun time in this conversation. So what we've done, we're going to bring in a bunch of people who are playing in the golf tournament to kind of just share some of their fun experiences. So they'll wander down as we're going through this. But what we've done is we've asked people to answer one of three questions. And those questions are, what's the craziest golf shot that you've ever hit or seen? And I've got a good one for that.
Yeah, I got a good one that I saw on TV, but go ahead.
Okay, I got a good one that I experienced firsthand.
Wow.
I didn't hit it. And then, what's your favorite golf course you've ever played?
Great.
or what's your most memorable golf experience? So they'll answer one of the three questions, and then they'll answer the question, what lesson have you learned from golf? Because that's what Links for Life is also all about, is the lessons that golf tends to teach us.
Wonderful.
So, and for those who answer that, I've actually got a little gift. Give you one. Links for Life golf balls.
Look at that.
Pro V1s, and these are special golf balls. They're not just like your ordinary golf balls with a little logo on them. I do take my golf seriously. So they've got a line on them, if you can see it, because I always line up my putts. Yeah, and when I try to draw my own line, I can't draw a straight line to begin with, and it always wears off. So it's got this green line, and then in the middle of the green line, it says Links for Life. So it's
great.
a great golf ball to actually use for your round. So anybody who goes through the rigor of answering these questions will get a free sleeve of golf balls, Links for Life golf balls.
I love that, Tommy. In fact, I'm going to use these for my putting today.
Oh, great.
I think that'll be great. Yeah, that's
that'll
great.
be super. So we're going to share some of our thoughts, but before we do, we've got our first person to come jump in on the Links for Life podcast, Stuart Holt.
Have a seat over here, Stuart.
Stuart and I go a long ways back, You know, kids, all sorts of time, and we played multiple rounds together. So, Stuart, welcome to Links for Life. Glad to have you aboard, and we're going to just share a couple of, well, you can kind of pick your craziest shot you've ever hit or seen, or your favorite golf course, or your favorite golf experience. So
give us one, Stuart.
Well, I want to start off by saying that this will be perfect for what you just were talking about, the golf ball.
Yeah.
I brought you a gift that you must play with while you play today.
Is this one of those exploding balls here?
No, it's not.
Wow.
You'll never find it.
No, that's true. That's true.
You could lose this one in the fairway. That's
Exactly.
great.
That's why you got to play with it.
I love that. Okay.
So that's my gift to you.
I promised to hit
At
a
least
shot
once.
with it.
Oh, not a putt. You got to do it somewhere with an iron or a driver.
Not a putt. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Great.
Yeah.
Unfindable. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's
so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, here's a sleeve of golf balls.
Oh, thank you.
For you. So, what's your craziest shot, favorite golf course, most memorable golf experience?
I could probably tell you about all of them, but I'll just go ahead and take my favorite shot.
Okay.
My favorite shot was I was playing at a very top-notch golf course with a caddy, not here in Richmond, but somewhere else. And in that, we had to chip over. I had to chip over a bunker, and I chipped and hit the rake in front of the bunker. It popped over the bunker and went in the hole.
Oh, my goodness.
And I said, a lot of guys wouldn't play it that way.
Yeah, that's
And the
great.
caddy
It
just
takes
loved
special skill to be able to be that precise.
Exactly, to hit it and go right into the hole. So that was a great shot
man.
for me. Yeah,
That would be memorable,
yeah.
yes.
Yes.
it was very memorable.
That would be definitely
And the caddies just were dying laughing. They just couldn't. They just like, okay, got it. Yeah.
Oh gosh,
That's good.
That's pretty good. So, okay, golf lesson. What's golf taught you, or you can even answer it from the perspective of why do you love the game? But what's golf taught you?
I've always loved the game because of having 4 or 5 hours without interruption to the social media universe and all the other things of business and other things when I was, I'm retired now, but when I was working.
Yeah.
And so that is to me the most pleasing part. But it's also being outdoors.
Right.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to be outdoors. A lot of people like to do indoor things, but I like an outdoor event. Golf is a place where every hole is different. It's always unique people. So those are all my favorite parts of golf, if you really think about it. But I think that just the fact that it's a challenging sport and it takes a tremendous amount of patience.
Yeah.
I feel like I've wanted to quit 1,000 times and then, go bowl and then, come
Do
back.
something easier.
Do something.
Yes.
It's just easy. It's just
Yeah.
a tough game. It's a tough game to master. And,
It is. But and I'm with you. That is what absolutely gets me about the game. It's just a constant challenge, mentally, emotionally, physically, just every aspect of it. it's endless in terms of that challenge, and I love that aspect of it.
Have you always considered yourself a patient person, or has golf helped you to become more patient in some ways?
So patience is not exactly one of my great virtues.
All right. Well, then you've had to learn that.
The
That's
Bible
for sure.
says pursue righteousness, but where does it say pursue patience? I don't know. I try my best to find patience in my life. I've gotten much, much better at it.
Yes.
I will say my wife thinks I'm doing better.
That's great.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, if I had an improvement, maybe it's 2 or 3 points better. But
Well, that's something.
That
patience
is.
is a hard part of golf, I think, and I've seen improvement.
So, Stuart, you said just being outdoors, you love it. It just made me think. I don't know why I thought about this. Have you ever played mostly in a rainstorm or in a snowstorm? Have you ever been like, I love it so much? I've had a time when it was snowing and you played.
Never played in the snow.
Okay.
I have played when it torrentially, the rain was just crazy like.
Yes,
I
yes.
had a chance to do that in Ireland, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But we kept on playing. But
That's
that wasn't
great.
really fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played just about a year ago with one of my sons and daughter-in-law, and it was one of these scrambles, but it was up at the Greenbrier in
Great.
West Virginia, and the temperature was 30 degrees.
Okay.
Spitting snow
Oh,
the
my
entire
goodness.
round with 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh,
Wind
my
chill
gosh.
was
Why did you do it?
60. Well, because we were signed up.
Yeah.
And you talk about challenge. It was actually, we all got completely into the challenge of overcoming this ridiculous conditions.
That is hilarious.
And so,
Did you wear winter gloves in between when you're riding on the cart and took them off and put on your golf glove?
oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I would
we
think
pulled
so.
out every stop that we could.
Oh, my gosh.
Without, inhibiting the
And
golf.
just out of curiosity, how did you play?
We actually played really well.
Isn't that
I think we were, 4 or 5 under.
Whoa.
Oh, my gosh.
As a team, we actually thought we played so well. I thought we had run away with it. And as sometimes happens with these captain's choice, another team beat us by like 10 strokes.
Oh, my
How
goodness.
could anybody do that?
Yeah.
In that conditions.
Yeah, in those
that's
conditions.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so I'll play in just about anything.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
So,
neat.
well, good. Well, all right. You've got good golf balls with
Yep.
a line on them. So, I
Thanks for
expect you to
having me.
make a lot of putts, but not more than my team.
Yeah, well,
Go hit some practice shots, Stuart, and get on your way. Are you? Do you have ringers today?
none.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye on where you score.
Well,
Yeah.
we will definitely
All right.
pencil whip you all.
Well, thanks for
All right.
joining us, Stuart, and have a great rest of the afternoon.
You guys
Appreciate
do
it.
the same.
All right. So, Pete, what's your craziest shot?
Well, most of my shots are crazy shots, but I feel like I want to answer the question, what is your favorite golf course you ever played, and get your perspective on it.
Okay.
So I had a chance to play the TPC course down in Florida,
Oh,
with the
wow.
island hole
Yeah.
there. And that was a lot of fun because it felt like a challenge. But probably the favorite course I've ever played is Congressional up in Washington, D.C. area. They used to hold a tournament called the Kemper there.
Oh, yeah.
I lived up in that
And they've
that way.
had a U.S. Open there, too.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And Ken Venturi won that way long ago. There's, in fact, a story about how he overcame a lot of physical difficulties to win there. But the reason I love Congressional so much, it's long and it's wooded, and it feels like a real traditional course. Sometimes you play those TPC courses, and they're beautiful, but they're a little different.
Yeah.
Congressional, and of course, a lot of the courses now are creating longer par fives because of how far the guys can hit it now. But I think it was one of the first one they had. I think it was a 9th hole. It was 620 yards coming in, par 5. So Congressional is beautiful. It's in the woods in the middle of D.C. It's one of my favorite courses I've ever played. And I worked there when I was in high school on the range.
Really? Wow.
When there was a Kemper golf tournament. And I was so unaware of how they really did things for the pros. I thought, I can't wait to get some of those great practice balls with the red stripes around them. And of course they brought in Titleist V1 Pros, from the very beginning, and that was great to get a whole box of those and walk away with them. But yeah, that's a favorite golf course I've played. That was really fun. And you recently did some golfing over in across the pond, as they would call it.
Scotland, and we had some unbelievable courses there. I mean, they kind of were. They're right up. Like, I'm not quite sure which is my favorite course now after this. So I played, amongst other courses, got to play Carnoustie, which has been home to many British Opens, and is kind of. It has a reputation of being like the hardest golf course in the world.
Okay.
And I mean, it was really hard, and we were playing in 20 mile an hour.
Hard because the layout, the putt.
Just long, tight fairways.
Yes.
Always playing in a lot of wind.
Did that overlook the North Sea too, or some of the ocean over that way? Or
that one did not.
Okay.
That one did not have. Overlook that. So,
right.
But it was just fun playing kind of one of the hardest courses. And then I got to finish that trip by playing the old course, St. Andrews, which was just such an amazing experience. It was even better than I imagined it to be.
So good.
But I think still my favorite golf course is got to play Pebble Beach twice.
Okay.
With my son.
Okay.
Which we took a trip out there for his 16th birthday, and we played 2 rounds with caddies, and it was just magical.
Wow.
It was just magical in every sense of it.
Well, talk about links for life as well as lessons you've learned. To go with your son to play at a course like that, that's a memory. He'll never forget that. And that's what golf provides us too. Exactly. Yeah.
It's really true. And, while we might have other kind of reasons that we play and things that we love about it, over the years, what really stands out is those memorable experiences.
Yes.
I think about that. I think about just an ordinary round of golf playing with my dad, my brother who has passed away, and my son, 3 generations playing together. And I just think, those memories are kind of unique. You don't quite have that kind of thing, in a tennis match or something like that. And so I love that. I love even just the effort to make an ordinary round of golf special in some way, that you take something away from it.
Yes, and it rarely happens, but sometimes when you're paired with somebody, it's just an opportunity to get to know another person's story a little bit, or sometimes you think, oh my gosh, we have this in common with that person you're paired up with, Doesn't happen often, but when it does, that's kind of a neat experience too. It's unique in that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play a tennis match or a pickleball match, and you're done in an hour or two, but golf it lingers a little bit, and that's kind of like life. That's why I like baseball so much as well. There's amount of time. It's 3 or 4 hours, and there's strategy and skill with each at bat. Same thing with golf.
Yeah.
If you're really wanting to play well, you can't just swing away. I mean, every shot makes a difference.
Yeah. No, I love that. I think about one round of golf that I had. I hadn't thought about this one for a while, but I was actually on a missions trip to Wales.
Yes.
With Tom Barilla, who you know, and we had one afternoon off, and so we found our way to a little local municipal course and playing this round. And when we finished the round, 2 Welsh men came up to us and asked us about who we were and what we were doing playing there.
Right.
And we sat down and had a pint with them, overlooking the final green. And then
a pint of sweet tea?
A pint of sweet tea.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just a whole pint.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, we'll just give you a ride back to your hotel. And they took us back. It was no. Where else can that happen?
Well, one thing I've learned about having a pint over across the pond, as they call it in England, you have to ask for a certain kind of pint because they serve their beer warm over there many times.
Yeah. Fortunately, I didn't get a warm pint.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good, Tommy.
All right. So we got our next guest coming up, John.
Oh my goodness. We want you to be a part of our Links for Life podcast here.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, John, you put this whole thing together.
That's right.
You're the man.
It's been 16 years.
16 years. Wow.
And I tell the story, 17 years ago, we show up at Godwin Auditorium
Yes.
to check out this new church called Hope.
Yeah.
And I'm carrying a 3-month-old in a little carrier, and we sit in the back because she's crying. And Pete, he's not preaching that morning. He runs back and sits with us the entire time and just loved on us. And now she's applying to colleges.
I still remember that. I actually do. I remember some of those moments.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how golf gives you an opportunity to linger and get to know people, and that's really fun. That's really fun.
Yeah.
Well, so with that welcome, then I felt comfortable going a few months later to a Hope men's golf outing. You remember that at Hunting Hawk?
Yes.
It might have been 20 people.
Sure.
You and David were there.
Yes.
And I had run charity golf tournaments in the past, loved doing it. I love golf. It's a great way to just fellowship with other men, and I was new to the church. And you and David just sort of handed it to me after the first time I played it and said, just run with it.
Wow.
And didn't really know what we were doing, jumped around a few courses, and we found the Federal Club, which I'm a member of.
Right.
And then, of course, the volunteers at Hope kind of took over
Yeah.
all the logistics and the communication, and it's just a fantastic event. And
Well, from 20, it grew to what? Like how many are playing today?
120.
120 golfers.
And we sell out. This year we sold out in 2 weeks.
Oh,
we
my
could do
goodness.
240, but we're not going to do that.
I bet you could easily.
Right.
Yeah. That's pretty incredible.
It's
well,
pretty incredible.
Hey, you've been a big part of making that happen.
Yeah,
and before
thank
you
you,
came
John.
out here,
Yeah.
I was saying this is one of the best golf tournaments events that I play in, and hands down from a church golf tournament perspective, it's pretty amazing.
Well, and you said your daughter's getting ready to go to college, and we talked about earlier how it's providing scholarship for those that might not normally afford it to go to a winter weekend or a summer camp, and truly maybe changing a life forever. So you think about 16 years, and even if just one or two young people was changed by their experience because they were able to go, don't underestimate, John, the fact that you have been a piece of transforming a life forever. And sometimes I think in the midst of the planning and the getting it together, we're like, well, that was a great golf tournament. But the ripple effects are still being felt today from
and it's the
people.
people willing to spend a lot of time behind the scenes to make it happen. That eventually trickles down to those people who go into the camp. So absolutely.
I'll share something else too. As Tommy may know, my dad passed in April after a battle with dementia. He was a Southern Baptist minister and missionary for the IMB. And those are big shoes to fill if you're going to be an evangelist as part of your mission. And it just so happens, I feel like God puts us in these places to do what we do well. And I do a handful of things well. That's one of them is just a passion for this. So the fact that he put me in a place to help a little bit and get some smart people involved has been incredible. And I'll also say that 16, even 12 years ago, I didn't realize the anxiety that middle school kids and high school kids have, and because I didn't know. But I have 2 high schoolers now and a 5th grader. And so just through the years to see that, okay, what we're doing is part evangelism, is part loving on these kids that need something bigger than themselves and their phone.
Yes. And you said your dad worked for IMB and did mission work, and we often think, generally speaking, mission is over there or overseas, but this is a real mission. And I know your dad would have been really proud of you and is proud of you. My father passed in March. I didn't know your dad passed in April, so that's meaningful to me to hear that and to know. It's sobering, though, isn't it? We're carrying the baton. We're carrying the baton to the next generation. So, again, thank you. And Tommy, we have questions today.
All right, so John, here's the question. And if you get it right, which means if you answer it, you get it right, then you get a free sleeve of the brand new, just hit the market Links for Life golf balls.
All right. You've seen me
In fact,
play.
I'm so confident. No, you play pretty well. I'll give you,
Thank you.
Those are cool golf balls. Cool little logo. on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you got your putting stripe on there and everything.
That's right.
I use a green Sharpie, and this is green. So
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll tee this up in a few minutes.
All right, so you answer one of the three of these, your craziest golf shot you've ever seen, favorite golf course, or most memorable golf experience.
Craziest shot, favorite golf course, or most memorable golf experience.
I think that's easy. I'll go with the second question.
Okay.
I think you both know Cannon Hickman, who had a big birthday 2 or 3 years ago. So we had a group of us go to Ireland.
Ooh.
And we played 6 days straight. And the fourth day was at Old Head. And I know you know what Old Head is. It's every shot was pretty much on the edge of a cliff. It was so crazy I had to FaceTime my wife on the 13th or 14th hole and say, "You're not going to believe this." And you looked at one more step and it's go to heaven early. But it blew me away. It was almost gets you teary looking at how amazing this is.
Oh my goodness.
These hills, the lighthouse up on a hill, really legit Irish caddies who were really fun. And I will remember that day the rest of my life.
I've heard Ireland golf courses are every bit as memorable and beautiful as all of the Scottish golf courses, and I haven't played there yet, so I really want to go there on, one of the next golf trips.
I've had the pleasure on a family trip to play Pebble Beach and a few other, but this was blew me away. Think about it all the time.
Were there a couple of shots where you could choose to just stay in the fairway or kind of loop a little left, or you could choose to go over the ravine or over the water to make it a little closer to the hole?
I've got a desktop wallpaper is that same. It turns hard left.
Yes.
And if you're brave, you can go left, but it's not preferred. It's not wise.
Yes.
And so I think we all four of us that day stayed a little bit right, but you don't want to bite off too much that you can't chew.
Well, I can relate to that. Yeah,
that's right.
Absolutely.
And there's even one shot where you're encouraged to hit it into the ravine, toward the ravine, because the wind was so strong.
Oh, wow.
It'll blow it back onto the fairway, and
oh, my
it did.
Goodness.
So aiming into the water or toward the water was I've never done that before.
Well, playing the old course, of course, the most memorable shot there is the 17th tee shot,
right,
where you have to hit it over a wall right up to the edge, against the edge of a hotel. And that
you see that on
is
TV.
the line.
Yeah.
You see it on TV, and on that hole, I hit probably my best drive straight over it. Caddy told me to club down for my second shot to the green. Had a pitching wedge and put it to a foot. So I birdied
Is that the road hole?
Yeah, I birdied the road hole. So that was that. I mean, that by itself made the whole round.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of fun.
That's incredible.
All right. So what lesson? Golf teaches lots of lessons, but is there a lesson that you kind of feel like you either keep on learning or have learned from golf?
I've learned through golf, you have to shake things off or it's going to affect the rest of your holes.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good one. Yeah.
And I'm teaching my 10-year-old and my 15-year-old. They get really mad, especially my 10-year-old when he double bogeys. Right. And he's just 10. But if he stays angry, it's going to affect the rest of his holes. So learning how to shake that off, and that's kind of water under the bridge so that you can be present and hit your best next shot.
That's a great lesson. When I recently had an opportunity to be away on a sabbatical, and one of the things that I learned was, to try to shake things off a little bit. Mm-hmm. There was a phone call that was challenging for me, and I got frustrated on the sabbatical. And my wife looked at me, and all she said, "You've got to lighten up."
Yeah.
And it's
sometimes we need to hear that.
You need to hear it. I mean, we live in a challenging world, and there's a lot of difficult things, but we can't fix everything.
That's right.
And we are to care instead of to cure. And for you to share that with your son is right. And yes, to learn that we need to sometimes just shake something off, because it's a big world out there, and very few things, especially a golf game, ought to affect us like it does.
Well, it's
Right.
interesting because what's going on inside of us physically, the cortisol that rises up when we get angry like that. If we can learn in golf, okay, I can control some of that intensity. I can control that heating up. It does transfer because then
Yes.
when you're in those situations, you already know, well, I actually can do this. So it does parallel, and even for our kids as we teach them, it can parallel for
Yes.
that. So
Yes.
that's a great one.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing really well and you're on the 17th hole and you hit your shot into the woods, then there's some reason to get angry. Once in a while you can throw a club. Have you ever thrown a club, Tommy? I know you pretty well. I don't
Yeah.
think I would have ever seen you thrown a club or would have known you to ever throw a
yes.
club. Really?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
surprising to me. I really mean that.
Yeah, I'm more guilty of slamming a club down
Okay.
than throwing it. And
Yes.
I haven't really thrown it, particularly far, but it's funny because I do actually kind of, in general, it's extremely hard to get
Right.
me, really angry.
Yes, I know that about you.
Except on a golf course.
Yeah.
And the golf course, I will have that kind of momentary thing. And it's kind of like one of the things that it shows me that that's in there.
Right.
That is in me, even though I might control it in general life.
Yeah.
So
I see our podcast
Yeah.
engineer smiling like, I think he's probably thrown a few clubs back there. Like, really? I've thrown many.
yeah. I'm hoping in the next 18 holes I won't be throwing any clubs.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on his foursome. Well, I can tell you, I won't say his last name, but a buddy named Kevin and I played a lot in my 20s, and he would get really angry. He was very good. He threw a club. He twirled a club, and it got stuck up in a tree. And this guy's 260, 270 at the time, and the rest of it had to shake this tree like 4 bears trying to get this wedge to come down or whatever it was. I think it was a long iron, but
Well, that could have been the craziest shot, so to speak, that
that's
you've
right.
ever seen.
That's
So.
right.
All right,
right.
so I'm going to just interpose. You got to stick around here, John, with my craziest shot, and then we can kind
Yes.
of keep on going on this. This was at a Young Life charity event, and it was a pro-am. So they brought in, just club pros from
Sure.
all over to play with a foursome. And I can't remember what golf course, but we came up to a par 3, and it was about a 180-yard shot over water, straight to the green. And then to the left was another pond. And so the 4 of us got up and hit, mediocre shots or whatever. And so the pro got up and he hit his shot. And the minute the club contacted the ball, the head of the golf club came off. And it flew, just whirled around 40 yards to the left, hit a goose in the middle of its chest.
No.
The goose goes flying off, and the ball lands 10 feet from the hole.
Oh, my goodness.
It was the craziest thing.
gosh.
It was like this hit, bam, whoa. It was the craziest. That was the craziest golf shot
That's
I've ever
great.
seen.
That's great.
So,
That's a lot to take in. Yeah.
yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, that was an experience.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Well, John, we're going to let you
Yes.
take a few putts and hit a few balls and get ready for the tournament. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Thanks for the balls.
Yeah.
Sure.
Coming in handy today.
Hey, my brother.
Good to have you.
Stephen's wife helps us out at Hope, where I pastor, and will be part of the worship team. So, Stephen, can you sing?
Man.
I cannot. I
Okay.
leave that purely up to my wife.
Yeah.
She has all of the talent.
Great.
Yeah. I've tried. I try. I have my moments, but not outside my house.
So what will your role in the worship team be?
Fanboy, supporter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
No, I
That's-
help out in other ways. I leave the worship team to her. Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
She's the musically talented one.
So
Got
here
it.
we are at the Hope Golf Tournament. Is this? I don't think it's your first. Is this how many years have you done this now?
This is my second.
Your second,
I missed the past
okay.
couple, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my
All
second
right.
time.
Good. These are special Links for Life golf balls. Since you're newer, Tommy here does a podcast called Links for Life. Really lessons that we can learn from golf. And if we think about it, there's quite a few. But we've been having some fun today.
Yeah.
And asking the folks that have a seat, what is the craziest golf shot you have ever hit or seen? What's your favorite golf course you've ever played? Or what's your most memorable golf experience. So you got one of those?
I do. Boy, where do I start? I grew up playing golf and just have loved being out on the course. So I'm fortunate enough to have a bunch of great golf memories. I think one of my craziest shots I've ever seen was one that I took, and it wasn't a crazy good shot.
Okay.
I was
All the better.
Yeah, right. I was fortunate enough to have played in Ireland and some of the courses over there before. And as you know, and you see on TV a lot, the rough is, thick and tall. You
Right.
hit it off the fairway, there's no way you're getting it back. Well, I was younger and motivated, and thought I'd prove to my dad and my brother I was playing with that I could get this out of the rough, right? It's the kind of thing where you could see a speck of the color of the ball through the grass, and I was like, I got this, and took my wedge out and tried to give it all I had at the time. I think I might have been 14 or 15 or something like that, and I swung as hard as I could. Never saw the ball. Swung through it. Came up with just the shaft of my club. The club head was gone.
Oh, God.
I don't know where it went. I never found it.
You never found
Never
that?
found it. Nobody saw it fly
Never found
off.
the ball either.
Never found the ball or my club head.
Oh, my
But I have
goodness.
the shaft, and it's still in my bag to this day as a reminder of that, as to if things go bad on the course, it can always be worse.
Wow.
You could lose the club head. That was my craziest golf experience that I've had, and
And
that's
it's your
memorable.
golf lesson all in one.
Yeah, it was. It was. And so many things after that as to what I did next and where I went with my head and everything else, So
Yeah.
So one of the
good.
questions, Steve, we're trying to ask is what lessons have you learned from golf? And I'm not asking you to answer that right this moment, but wow, you were able to go over to England or Scotland to play at 14. So golf must have been pretty important to your dad or your family, and that's a way that you probably developed a relationship with him. Was that true?
It's absolutely true. It was important to both my mom and dad. It was a way of, they both really enjoyed golf independently and together as a family. My mom used to play in leagues with other friends of hers of the course, and my dad, my brother and I would play, and we'd all play together. So growing up, they were members at a course nearby, and so I'd come home from school and they'd say, hey, we're going to run out and play 9 holes before dinner, and we're going. And so kind of got into that habit a little bit with them, and I enjoyed it at the time and got to really appreciate and see, and now especially as an adult, to see what they appreciated about it. It was a time that just kind of slowed their minds after a busy day, got them outside and moving, and there are a lot of lessons that I've taken away from that too, is just the way that no matter how you play, how well or bad you play in the course, just the experience of golfing and being outside and experiencing something different is kind of a mindset reset for me. So
that's great.
It's been
That's
a
a
very
great,
special
great
part.
lesson.
Thanks for asking that question, because I don't know that I've ever stopped to really think about that as growing up.
Yeah. No, I resonate with that, because just in a really great place now of being able to play with both my sons, both my daughter-in-laws. I have a grandson who is all into it now.
Wait a minute. How old's your grandson?
He's almost 2. But no, you.
That means you've got a vision for him.
No, you would not believe. The only problem is it's a left-handed swing, but you would not believe it. So, so it's become kind of part of our family culture. It was not so much growing up, but it was kind of in the later years or adult years, and that is a pretty amazing, unique thing. I guess some sports you can find that, but golf particularly. No.
Are your parents still playing? Or are they still with us?
My dad is. My mom is no longer with us, but she played as long as she could.
Yes.
My dad and my brother and I trying to get out as often as we can together.
He still does. That's great.
Yep.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, that's really meaningful to me to hear about the reflection of playing with family. I remember playing with my grandfather. I called him Pop. And he was born and raised in Pittsburgh, owned a trucking company. He used to take the slag, which is some of the remnants from when they made steel in Pittsburgh, and they used it for pavement in the parking lots and such. But Pop loved golf. And I'll still remember him taking us out to play golf in Rockville, Maryland. And about the 9th or 10th hole, he just started to slow down a little bit, but we were having just a great time. And I later found out that he was dealing with some cancer. But nothing would stop him from being out there with his grandchildren. And just such a gentle spirit and loved the game of golf. And yeah, there's I'm too reflecting on it, even as you've reflected on it, that it's really can be a bond for people. And it's not as much of a lesson as it is maybe sometimes the greatest or greater purpose of golf. So, well, thanks for sharing with us. And
absolutely.
We know you need to get out and probably hit a few putts and make sure your team is going to at least get in the top 10 here. You have some hope for today?
I have some hope.
Ooh, he got a ringer, I think.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We have, well, there's a glimmer. There's a glimmer, but everybody does it before the first tee. So
we haven't asked this of anybody yet because we don't want to call anybody out, but I'll have to keep an eye on you and your team. Are you a plus golfer? Are you a 10 or 12 handicap? What is your handicap here, Steve?
I'm ashamed to say this even. I don't even know anymore because I just don't play enough.
Okay,
So
all right.
It could go one of two ways. It could be beginner's luck because I haven't played in a while. So,
Yes.
or it could go the complete opposite because
You're
I haven't played.
one of those dangerous golfers who hadn't played in a while but knows how to play.
Yeah.
And
That's
what shows up.
That's
Yes.
right. It
Yeah.
depends on which game shows up for me.
Exactly.
That's right.
Well, enjoy today. Thanks so much for being
great
with us.
to
It's
meet
been
you.
great.
You too, and thanks for having me. This is
Yeah,
great.
sure.
Thanks.
All right,
Thanks.
take care.
Pete, craziest golf shot? Did you tell us?
I didn't tell you my craziest golf shot, but I do know I shared the story earlier about how sometimes you can lose your temper on the golf course. So we're playing in this church golf tournament, and we needed a foursome. We needed another. So a guy that I'd never seen before joined our team, and I'm a pastor in this church, and I hit a shot. I was playing really well, and I don't generally string together a bunch of holes together where everything is going in the fairway and I'm making my putts, 2 or 3 putts. And I hit a shot, I think it was on the 5th hole, straight into the woods. And I said a word I'm probably not proud of, and I threw my golf club into the woods. And the other 2 guys that were playing with me that know me and don't know this other guy just started hysterically laughing. And I thought, I will never see this young man in church ever after his pastor left him that example. But it's so funny, Tommy. Probably a couple years ago now, I think I mentioned it in a sermon. I told the story, and I saw him afterwards. He said, "Nope, I'm still here." And in fact, it's kind of what drew me to the church.
Yeah, that's so funny because I was going to say that exact thing. I said that has probably got him hooked to the
He's
church.
Like, this guy's pretty real.
Yeah, he's real.
He's not overly spiritual, which is still true today.
Yeah,
So,
I know. Oh man,
thanks for asking. It was meaningful. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So you don't play as much golf as a lot of the guys out here, but any particular lesson for you from golf?
Well, part of it is the time it takes, and I've had a couple of orthopedic injuries over the years, and so that makes it hard to stay balanced and all that. But I would say the same that others have said, to kind of shake off the last shot and to keep moving on. And I've also learned to, it's a game, not to take it overly. I mean, I'm not on the pro tour.
Right.
Not to take it too seriously. And that actually helps me to relax.
Yeah.
When I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm like, you know what? Somebody told me once, remember when you were 12 and you hit the ball?
Yeah.
Just go hit the ball and have some fun.
Yeah.
And so one of the lessons I would say, if I were to sort of boil that down, is to have some fun. It's a game where there can be enjoyment. It's a game that if it just frustrates you every time you play, then why are you playing it? I mean, just enjoy the game and enjoy being outdoors and being with people you love and having a great time.
I love that. And, like one of the reasons for Links for Life is because every time I hear someone share something that's so true and so wise about golf, I immediately jump and go, yeah, and that's so true about life. And I think of even the book of Ecclesiastes. And so much of the book of Ecclesiastes is don't take all of this so seriously.
Right.
You know, enjoy life.
Yes.
You know, eat, drink, enjoy this life that we've been given. And there are enough serious, really difficult moments in life that we don't need to pile on by making non-serious things serious. And it is just like golf in that sense. And so I do think it is a great lesson straight from what you're saying. You know, if we can learn to just laugh and enjoy, and, you know, I mean, even something like this podcast that I can take too seriously because I take things seriously. It's my nature. You know, this is a joy. This is a privilege. And why treat it as anything other than that? You know?
And what a fun event to be at, to be able to talk about Links for Life and hearing some of the stories that we've heard already. When you said pile on, it made me think, too, of another lesson, which is I'm not good enough that I can play quick enough. Sometimes I'll take out another ball if I'm in the woods and not want to waste the time with the people behind me. But one of the things I've learned, too, is to give myself space before and after the golf. Don't try to squeeze in 9 holes and I got 2.5 hours, I can maybe get it in. Now, some folks love it or near a course and can do that. For me, I have to give myself some time. Because I want to make it the main part of that day. I'm going to have fun.
Well, it doubles, it magnifies the enjoyment when you're not rushing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, hey, Parker, can we get you in on this? Some Links for Life golf balls.
How you doing, Parker? Good. How you doing? I'm doing well, thank you.
Never been on a podcast before.
Okay, first time. So special guest right now, Parker Thompson, my nephew.
Oh, wow.
And,
I think I knew that.
Yeah. And we played a few rounds together, and Parker doesn't play like a ton of golf, but he has got one of the most fluid, beautiful golf swings that you'll ever want to see. So,
speaking
and
of,
occasionally he hits the ball.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, it looks like to me, and you're not going to see it on the podcast, but it looks like he's got some brand new kicks,
I just got
new
these,
shoes on for today.
Wow.
That might help his game, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Sure. You look good. You feel good. You play better.
Yeah, I know. And, you know, this is a, church golf tournament, so you're allowed to wear your hat backwards, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I should probably put it forwards.
No, it's all right.
We're at a fancy place.
Oh, boy.
Well, he's your nephew. You go ahead and you ask him the question.
Okay.
Tommy?
So you have to earn that sleeve of golf balls. So it's one of 3 questions. Your craziest golf shot you've ever hit or seen, your favorite golf course you've ever played, or your most memorable golf experience. One of the 3 you get to answer.
I think most memorable golf experience was playing with your dad, Pops, on his 80th birthday.
Wow.
He shot an 80. I don't know if you were there with us.
I don't think I was.
It was funny. We were on the green on the 18th hole, and he was about to put this gimme putt in, and he just blasted it by the hole on purpose, just as a joke.
That's so typical of my dad,
But it was so cool that he shot 80 on his 80th birthday.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that shot would have made a 79. And so that's why he blew it past the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It was just so unexpected. I thought it was.
Yeah, my dad was
so great.
Quite a competitor, and he played some young, and then he picked it back up, almost around 60, and, had a lot of good rounds.
Yeah.
In fact, you may know this or not, but he had 1 hole-in-one when he was 84 years old.
No way.
And it was about 100-ish yard shot. He was playing with 3 other men that were older. None of them saw the ball go in the hole because they couldn't see 100 yards.
So they just walked up to the hole and saw it.
They looked all around, and finally he looked in the hole.
No
and
way.
There
That's
it was.
hilarious.
So, so we had a lot of memorable rounds with my dad. So that's
you're a
great.
younger guy, Parker, but already I'm sure you've learned some lessons from golf. That's kind of our question that we like to ask everybody that's sat here. What lessons have you learned from golf? Can you think of something in the way that golf plays out that it has taught you or reinforced for you?
Ooh, well, golf will definitely reinforce patience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you just hit a good shot, then a bad shot, and then a good shot and a bad shot. So it's just kind of all over the place. But
Yeah.
So yeah, patience I would say is the main thing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, all right, they're starting to get close.
And we're going to go over our announcements. Thank you.
Carts and 10 minutes. Do you need to go for prayer?
I'm good, but why don't we thank you, Parker, for
Yeah.
joining us.
Thank
Why don't
you.
you get out there and take a couple
Absolutely.
practice shots, and we'll go
All right.
from there.
Don't hit too many good shots.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah.
That's great.
This is Isaac Nunn. Isaac is actually helps us on Sunday mornings, helps us lead worship at the church at Holt.
Oh, man. Very
So,
good.
yeah.
Isaac, here's some Links for Life golf balls.
There we go.
Thanks for being here. And you look great, Isaac. You're playing the part with a green shirt and the hat. You
Thanks.
look great.
Yeah, the belt is courtesy of David Fleming this morning.
Oh, wow.
Pulled it
Wow.
right off of his own shorts and gave it to me.
Isaac,
Okay.
how long have you played golf? Is this new to you, or you've been playing golf for a little bit?
I mean, I played a little bit when I was a kid, but I wouldn't say I really knew what I was doing
Okay.
until like a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Because I went and played golf with a friend of mine from work at my last job. It had been the first time I'd played in like probably 10 years.
Wow.
And went up for first drive, smacked it, went right across the ground, hit the tee box in front of me, and rolled right back to me. And so I was like, I guess I'll try again. Lined it up, hit it, and did the exact same thing. And the guys in the cart behind us were like, no way. They were like, dude, you gotta buy a lottery ticket or something. The chances of that twice is crazy.
my goodness.
Wow.
And that was when I learned you have to use your hips when you swing.
I
Oh, man.
was in seminary at one point playing some golf with some people, and one guy, two of the guys were really good, and one of my good friends was not very good at all, and he hit the ball. He was hitting the ball all over the course. And at about the 9th hole or 10th hole, he was so frustrated. He said, "What is wrong with me?" And my buddy said, "You're just really bad at golf."
The brutal truth
Oh,
of
the
golf.
brutal truth.
The brutal truth of golf.
Well, Isaac, we've been asking questions, and you may have already answered it. What's the craziest shot
Yeah.
you've ever hit or seen?
That'd
And that's
be
the
hard
one
to
at Mighty
top.
Con. Favorite golf course you've ever played, or what's your most memorable golf experience? You have something else you want to share with us out of those three?
I mean, this is probably my favorite course I've played on.
Oh,
it's
that's
definitely
great.
the nicest for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is it's a beautiful course. I always have a good time playing out here.
Yeah.
Most memorable shot is probably off the tee box,
Yes.
right back
Yes.
to me. That one's
Twice.
fun. Twice in a row. Yeah.
that is really impressive.
It is impressive.
I know. I almost wanted to tell the guys like, yeah, I meant to do that.
Yeah.
I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
Now, you said you've taken up the game again after not playing for a while, but in general, you're playing with some buddies out here today, I'm sure.
Yep.
Lessons you've learned from golf, whether it be the people you're playing with or things that you've heard or things that you've experienced. As you walk away today and you play golf again, you're thinking, you know what, golf has really taught me this in life. Is there a lesson you've learned from golf?
I think, especially at the level of golf I'm playing, which is not great, I think it's taught me to not take myself too seriously. If I go out there and I'm just getting really hard on myself, then
Yes.
it's just not a fun experience, you know?
Yeah.
I love playing with guys like who I'm playing with today. It's just a good time to like fully dedicate your attention to just being with these people. My dad and I go and play golf a lot, and that for us is kind of our time to really like get away from jobs and life and really just spend some time together. A lot of times we don't get a chance to do that, but golf is dedicated, you know, a few hours of just being together, doing something we enjoy. So yeah, I think it's just taught me to not take myself too seriously.
That's a great answer, because I don't
Yeah.
think we've heard that angle before. One is to be present with the people you're with.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that. But also humility. I don't think I've heard that yet today. And of course, it's a very humbling game.
Yeah.
You can be
Yeah.
a great golfer, but there are times when even the pros are hit an 80. So there is a humbling part of golf that's probably good for our souls.
Yeah, and it is absolutely true, regardless of what level of golf.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
that you play, that you're going to hit shots that your face will get flushed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's so embarrassing that you did that in
Right.
front of someone.
Yes.
You know, I even saw shots at the Ryder Cup that the commentators go, "I can't believe he did that."
Right.
And don't you know, even those guys were embarrassed at some level
Yes.
at what they did. And so at every level, it has the opportunity to teach it
Yeah.
humility.
Yeah.
You know,
And the
in terms of that.
humility is a life lesson, but it doesn't have to define you forever when you have a bad golf game, because I'm thinking about Rory McIlroy
Yeah.
and the Masters a few years ago when he just blew it
Yeah.
at the very end. I think
Yeah.
he was up by 2 or 3 shots going in the last hole, hit it in the water or whatever it was. And boy, and now he's not in a row, but kind of run the Grand Slam of golf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, any number of experiences, but I would say all of those lessons, what you're saying, and everything, they're there if you will let them.
Yeah.
You know, but you can just as easily mindlessly play around at golf, mindlessly take it too seriously,
Yep.
mindless not listen to it or even stay connected with people. You know, you could be, looking at your phone. It's all of those lessons are there. It's just like they're on a silver platter.
Yeah.
But we still have to take them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you do, what an incredible gift. If you don't, well, it's just our loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, however you play today, Isaac, know that we so appreciate you helping us at Hope and leading worship every Sunday. You do a great job with that.
I love getting to do it.
I don't think I've ever seen you hit a double bogey on a Sunday morning. So there you go. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. All right. Thanks, everybody, for this fun episode of Links for Life. We're going to go out and hit some golf balls now. So the best part of the day and straight from the Federal Club. Have a good day.
Thank you, Tommy.